Ladies and gentlemen, we are here with a surprise for Jordan, changing up our regularly scheduled episode because we've got breaking news. It is Christmas time for Marvel Legend fans because Rectangular has come out with his leaks list. Let's talk about it. So like I said, Rectangular has come out with a bit more substantial, more filled out list. He had put out one probably a few months ago now, just kind of waves, not really any specific figures. Even before that, Displaying Model Behavior had put out his list, which was kind of those 2-packs for Wolverine, Angel, and some other figures that we haven't seen yet. So we're going to get into Rectangular's list, kind of what we think those figures might be, and maybe try to speculate what's going to be coming in some of the waves. So real quick, I'll just recap some of the things that we had seen previously that there's not really a lot filled in with. And then maybe we'll fill in some of those gaps as we go through this, but they also might just be separate figures. So recap, we've got the Retro Spider-Man wave, which I think is the one we already know that some people are starting to get in hand kind of overseas. Then we've got an Across the Spider-Verse wave, which I think is in addition to what's already come out. So I think this is for the second half of the movie. Then we've got the Anniversary
Like the movie
Wolverine.
Part 2, you mean?
Right.
That's
yes.
coming? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's what that's supposed to go with.
Okay.
Maybe
that
it's
makes
like
sense.
a continuation of the first one, but I don't...
Maybe some from the
Yeah.
first movie, but also some new ones.
Yeah, because they could put in like that, like we've said, that Penny Parker with the spider, maybe the Spider-Man India or whatever his name is.
Right.
Some of those could fill in. And then we've got the Anniversary Wolverines, which we've seen, but I don't think we've seen all of them. I think there's going to be more to come still.
Mm-hmm.
An Iron Man Retro Wave, which go back and watch our predictions on what that could possibly be, because we kind of speculated that's going to go along with the cartoon. But getting into another release later, maybe it's not. We'll see. Then we've got an Avengers comic Retro Wave, probably just a continuation of what we've already seen for that. A Disney Plus Build-A-Figure wave. Stay tuned for a later episode. We're going to speculate on what we think that could be. Brave New World. And this kind of came with somewhat of an update. He was thinking it was going to be a Red Hulk Build-A-Figure. But there's also supposed to be a Thunderbolts wave. So maybe that Red Hulk would be a part of that wave. Unless he has like a cameo in Brave New World. But so, Red Hulk probably somewhere in one of those two waves. Probably as a Build-A-Figure. Then we've got a Deadpool 3 wave, which this is kind of where we're getting into the new stuff now. So along with this Deadpool 3 wave, we're going to be getting a deluxe of Colossus from the previous Deadpool movie. So a lot of people have been wanting that MCU Colossus version. Like we've gotten the X3 Colossus from,
Right.
I think it was the Brood Build-A-Figure wave. I've never
Dark
had it in...
Days.
Yeah, never had it in hand, but I can imagine this new one is going to be much improved. So that'll be pretty cool. I think a lot of
people
people
just liked his new design a lot better too. I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And he would be cool to put with your movie Deadpool as well. And he could probably pass as a comic version.
yeah.
Maybe as like an Ultimate Colossus or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. New stuff. This one I think you're going to be kind of excited for, Jordan. We've got a Strange Tales wave, possibly. Or it could be
Okay.
just like kind of how they did the Earth's Mightiest, where it's kind of a
Special
category.
line.
Yeah.
Right.
So Strange Tales kind of encompasses a lot of classic characters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to speculate on that, if you got anything off the top of your head there, Jordan. But I would think that could maybe be some of those original Avengers, like maybe Wasp would be in there, Gold Iron Man.
Yeah.
But
that's.
I want more obscure characters,
Okay. Are there
And-
any listed, or it's just Strange Tales
It's
wave?
just Strange Tales. There's going to be some figures with that. And was that what I was just reading with? Oh no, that was Weird World. I was just reading.
Yeah.
I would like a wave of that. Those are kind of fun characters.
Yeah, those are cool. I like those too.
And then we are going to be getting another MCU Deluxe. So I was wondering if that is going to be Colossus or if that's going to be something separate. Maybe that's the Red Hulk, or it doesn't really say. He just said that there is another MCU deluxe figure coming.
Right.
Then we've got a deluxe Venom and Carnage. Not exactly sure if that means like we're going to get a monster Venom with a Carnage Build-A-Figure.
You think it'd be a movie?
They never did Carnage figures.
They only did Venom from the first one, right? I guess they didn't do any from the second movie. And then there's been that talk of, are they trying to roll Venom into the MCU in some capacity? That's my thought off the top of my head, but I don't know.
So do you think it would be like the movie Venom?
But I guess you could also do comic-y stuff. Yeah, like that. Or it could be comic-y because they made him a lot bigger in that movie. I don't know if you saw it. My opinion wasn't great. But he kind of was more, they went all in on kind of his size and the tendrils and different stuff like that. So they could do that. I guess you could do like the newer comics. Wasn't it like King Carnage, or that was kind of like a King in Black spinoff where he comes back and he's like all souped up and stuff. And
I like that idea.
I don't know. Maybe that's where you get. No, I guess they already did the one with the wings. You wanted the Venom with the axe, or was it the Mjolnir?
With the axe,
Silver Surfboard like combo weapon thing. I don't know if they do that though, but
that would be cool. Because I do like that look of I haven't read that story yet where Carnage kind of is all like, looks like a combination of Carnage and Null, where he's got more of the knight armor. That could be a cool idea. I like that idea, Jordan. I think that might
I'd rather see that personally than the movie ones.
Oh, for sure.
I almost feel like buyers
it seems
would
too
be
late to be doing Venom 2 movie figures. Like that's way, like, I don't know, I guess it took a long time to do the No Way Home figures, but that was for different reasons. So I would assume that can't be movie related unless it's going to get worked into the MCU, but out of the new things that they're going to be putting out, I don't see how that's one of them. Anyway, we're also going to be getting another Venom figure, actually another 2 possibly. One of them is categorized as an anniversary figure. One of them is not. So maybe it's going to be kind of that first appearance Todd McFarlane type of Venom look, because they kind of did that with, like, was that the Absorbing Man wave or a different one? Yeah. Those aren't great Venoms in my opinion. I like taking the head sculpts
for sure.
But yeah, they could use updates, and honestly, that's probably a pretty easy one for Hasbro to do because it's not like a ton of texturing. It's just, black with a cool Venom head sculpt. So,
and people Venom's kind of one of those ones you're going to sell them no matter what.
Yeah.
So
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I am curious to see how well it does sell though, with the fact they put out so many Venoms before. Like, even we had the 3-pack, we had the 2-pack, we had the Absorbing Man, we've had the Retro, we've had another one in there that I don't know what it came with, but yeah. So we've already got at least 5 Venoms, probably more, but anyway.
That's quite a few, but
in addition to that, I don't know if you still have this figure, Jordan. I put him in my sell box now that I've seen this list. We're supposed to be getting a deluxe Venom pool. So.
No, I think I've since parted ways with that one when I had him.
I think he's still going decently high. I was planning on keeping him because I was like, when would they ever make another Venom pool? That seems impossible. But I think it's smart of Hasbro to do, because with him being so high in the secondary market, I think people would want him. Like, especially if you don't have him yet.
Yeah.
I think he's a great figure.
You think that'd be one of those just like reissues, basically, as a deluxe?
I would assume so. Maybe like a slightly different color scheme.
Or a new accessory or something. But
yeah, brighter reds, darker something. I don't know. But yeah, I would assume it would be pretty similar, because it's a good figure in itself. It doesn't really need much updating. So yeah.
People would go for that.
I agree. I'll come back to that one. Then we've got 3 deluxe Brave New World figures. So
that's the new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm thinking of Captain America with wings and a new suit.
Probably. I'm glad that's not going to be the Build-A-Figure. But yeah, maybe if he makes a cameo in there.
Well, it is Harrison Ford's playing President Thunderbolt Ross in it. So that's where people are thinking. I think there may have even been like a Lego set recently leaked that had Red Hulk. So
Interesting. Okay.
That seems likely to me at this point.
Okay. I could also, because isn't Serpent Society supposed to be a big to do with that?
Yeah, I've heard they're supposed to be showing up. So I don't know.
So maybe we would get
big member.
Gonna get I don't know. MCU Puff Adder. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. That'll be interesting. I hope they're good though, because and Deluxe could also be like more accessories put in with it. Yeah. So I don't know exactly who would.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily need to be giant, right? It could just have a bunch of stuff.
And then we've got another Wolverine coming out. Doesn't specify which costume, and I would assume that's outside of the anniversary line, or maybe just like not outside of the 2-packs. I've seen some commenters wanting the armored up get up when he's running around with Maverick. Kind of that Weapon X. Or is that Weapon X? Weapon H? I don't know. But yeah, I think that would be a cool one. I'd be tempted by that one, honestly. Have I read any comics with that? No. Have I seen one episode in a cartoon where he's wearing it? Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah,
I'd be interested there. And then another one that I think people are going to be excited to see is an Iron Fist.
Yes. Classic.
It's about time. I would hope so. I don't know
deep
why
Hasbro puffed collar.
Why would you do anything else, honestly, at this point?
I agree.
They've done kind of the full
modern.
Yeah. And it's I think might be a 2-pack, but it doesn't say what the other figure in the 2-pack is.
It's a slightly better version of classic Luke Cage. So now that you've bought your not so good one,
know, I wouldn't put it past him, honestly. And you've already bought that Luke Cage, so now you're going to have to buy another one. That sounds exactly like something
That's what I'm saying. That's a signature move.
Right. And then we've got an Odin, which is going to be a deluxe figure. Or was it officially a deluxe? I don't know. This next kind of grouping is kind of...
Does he come with his 8-legged horse?
That would be in Mega Deluxe.
Mega Deluxe multi-bag.
Right.
Go back.
You all have already seen that one, but if you haven't, go back and watch it. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool. I hope the Build-A-Figure one really doesn't do it for me. I don't love that figure. I like that he's like swappable, like he comes with the alternate heads and arms, and it's more than just like you can make it Odin or King Thor. That part's cool, but I just don't love the figure. So hopefully they do a better job of this one. I thought the MCU version of Odin was pretty decent, but
they
could have done a little.
Would be cool.
Yeah, beef him up a little bit. Yeah, that'll be cool. Then we've got a Hulkbuster. So, I'm going to have to get that. Does that interest you very much, Jordan? Do you want a Hulkbuster?
A Hulkbuster?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to see it.
Come on, man. I guess that's true. Yeah, if it looks cool, I'm very heavily leaning towards getting it. If it looks kind of, I don't know, there's some designs that I'm like, that doesn't look very cool. Then we've got another Ghost Rider leaked. Doesn't say Danny Ketch or anything specific, but I would assume he's got to come with a motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't come with a motorcycle, people are going to just riot.
That's true. Yeah. You got to give him his motorcycle. And they have to know that that's what people would... I mean, they already did the Ghost Rider Sans motorcycle thing. I feel like if they did that again, people would be like, I don't know. But
yeah.
You never know.
I feel like the only way they could maybe get away with that is if they did the like first appearance white one, kind of the cowboy look. But then people are going to want the white horse with it. I don't know. I mean, I've seen a lot of commenters saying they want a Carter Slade with the flaming horse. I totally agree. I just don't know if Hasbro could pull off a horse like that. Mythic Legion horses are pretty good. I mean, you would need a smaller scaled horse for Legends, I think. But
yeah,
I would be curious to see how they do. I just don't see that coming out as like a retail or even like a exclusive figure. Another one I think you're going to be excited for, Jordan. Hopefully you've sold them already and you can get the new one. Is a new Man-Thing. So
I think I actually might still be holding on to a Man-Thing. So time to sell.
Get him out of here. Doesn't say whether it's going to be the MCU version or the comic version. I think we've both kind of talked about how those are similar enough that it's essentially the same figure.
Yeah, I think I would accept an MCU version. I think it'd still be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. And I think that would almost be even better than a comic version. Like, I just think they put more details into those MCU figures.
It's true.
So I could see him being a little bit more like realistic Moss looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would work out really well. Which kind of fits into my wanting Weird World figures because there's a whole Man-Thing army in there. One that I'm kind of interested in that we've talked about is an Anniversary Scar figure. So Son of Hulk.
Right.
Hopefully comes with some giant weapons.
He's the one we had from Really Hasbro, right?
Yeah, Fin Fang Foom Wave.
Could use an update.
Hopefully it's not an MCU.
With that god-awful haircut. He's like...
just bald in the front, and I don't know what that is. Would that be like a skullet? Probably. I don't know. No, that I'm not excited for that in the MCU at all. So I'd like to go back and read those comics.
He's just like, this is my son, guys. And then the show's over.
Right.
What?
That, not excited. But I want to go back and read the comics because the comics were cool.
No, he was cool. Remember, he shows up in the comics and he's like, wants to kill the Hulk, but Bruce Banner can't turn into the Hulk anymore, so he's like, wait for him to Hulk out. So
he like protects.
That was a really cool story arc, I thought. So
yeah, I liked that.
I'd love to see a comic version of him from that.
Yeah. After that, we've got a retro carded Prowler. So I wonder if that is going to be the like Walmart exclusive Spider-Man retro carded figure. Right. It seems like they do at least a couple of those each year. We just got Kraven, and then we had Lizard before that. So I would assume that's kind of how that's going to come. Yeah. But it could also maybe fit into a different Spider-Man wave, maybe. We're also going to have a retro-carded Xavier. Doesn't say how so. I would assume he's not coming with the wheelchair. He's be
retro-carded, yeah.
Rectangular was speculating that it's going to look more like the Savage Land, like the jumpsuit. I was
say that, like his, yeah.
But I've been saying they've had the whatever X-Force team that was. Where's our purple caped gold masked Xavier?
I don't know, man. That seems like a long shot, but
it does.
I'd love to see it.
I mean, they put Wolverine on the retro card, so he's the last member of that like cover art. It only makes sense to give us an Xavier in that crazy. Would I even buy that Xavier?
Maybe,
actually.
You at least want it to exist, though.
I do want it to exist. That's a good
You'll
point.
You'll sleep better at night knowing it's out there.
After that, something I think that would be a little bit more well received than my crazy Xavier would be a Quicksilver. Got to assume this is going to be green. Mm-hmm. But also, I would rather get a blue one, honestly. It just makes more sense for it to be green. I don't have a blue one, so
if the green one's coming, the blue one will be probably next year sometime. After you've gotten your green one and accepted that's the one to get.
Yeah. Would you get that?
A green Quicksilver?
Yeah. Do you need a green Quicksilver in your collection?
I think in a weird way, I'd almost prefer a green one. I think it'd be fun.
Okay. Yeah. Because you have a couple of Scarlet Witches, right?
Yeah. I have Scarlet Witch. Guess I've got my 97 Magneto is kind of my go-to Magneto now. Mm-hmm. If they put out that Destiny we've talked about, then I'd probably have to round out my Brotherhood of Evil Mutant. I've got Toad.
Well, Jordan, hold on to your pants because up next we have a 2-pack of Destiny and Mystique.
All right. That makes sense.
So now you're going to be going for that Quicksilver to...
I might, yeah. I think I would in that case. I would want to have those.
I'm kind of tempted to. I've got my Blob, Toad, Avalanche, Magneto.
I just think that's a cool looking team together.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the nostalgia from the cartoons a little bit. I think they're a fun team. So, yeah, that'd be a cool one to have.
Was he ever in green in the cartoons?
I don't know if he was.
I think he was always blue.
He might have been.
But, I mean, Yeah. You're a connoisseur of the comic books as well, so...
I'm a sucker for those, like, classic, goofy, retro first appearances, too, so...
Exactly, yeah.
Like, I'd even take a Blob in, like, his purple diaper. It'd be funny to see.
That would be funny. Maybe you can commission a custom. You've seen the customs from eBay. I don't know if that one's still out there, but
oh no, the one that's just using the head of the Build-A-Figure blob in the hands.
Yeah, and just glued onto like a WWE figure. That's got to be up there with the worst customs of all time. I don't shame anybody for trying their hand at a custom.
Well, he was selling it for like $300 or something, wasn't he?
Something crazy, yeah.
Wonder if that's still on there. Should look.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
All right.
Then continuing, circling back to more retro cards, we're going to have a retro carded Carnage. So in case you don't have enough Carnage with your 2-pack, now you get a retro carded. And now, Jordan, I know this brings up a lot of emotions for you because we've had the 2-pack Carnage and now the retro carded Carnage. Mm-hmm. Which Carnage? What do you? Come on. Do we need these slight variations of Carnages?
Well, I guess that would depend on what version of Carnage we're getting in that 2-pack. You know, I mean, if it's a deluxe and they're doing that, like, from what I remember, he's kind of big and he's got like the rib cage and like he's kind of like a skeleton man Carnage.
Yeah.
Whereas this is probably more in line with...
Shut up, skeleton man from The Office.
So they call Gabe?
Yeah.
Or like this one just being... Because I saw somebody comment recently something about it being the anniversary of Maximum Carnage, that storyline. Mm-hmm. So maybe that would make sense to give you a more traditional Carnage.
Yeah.
But...
I mean, didn't we kind of get a Maximum Carnage from the Venom Pool wave, where you have the swappable head for the?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was I don't know. It depends on that what you consider. Sure. That to me felt like they modeled it more after, because remember he had the like Venom drone head from the Donny Cates Venom stuff. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
I think
it'll look more like. I mean, how different can it be?
I hope it's just tooled different. If it's going to be
that's similar, what I'm thinking.
Give him butterfly joints so you can kind of do like a slash across kind of pose.
Yeah, and then give him those axe hands or whatever the other one has.
Something, yeah. Because it's just I get kind of annoyed when they do the exact same thing from the 2-packs as they do with the retro cards. Not that I'm really buying any of those 2-packs, so maybe it works out better for me. But just give me some more variety. I don't know.
Yeah,
I hope there's something new about it. It'd be cool to display on the retro card anyway, too. So,
yeah, I figured they always look better on those retro cards. So,
you know what, Jordan? I'm probably going to get one. As much as I'm talking about it, complaining, he's probably going to be on my wall. So,
yeah.
Another one. Mm-hmm. Go back and listen to our Marvel Legends wish list. Check one off my list. And that's Warbird. So, finally getting an update of Ms. Marvel. Not my Dark Avengers one, but my Mighty Avengers. So pretty happy with that. Go with my Extremis Iron Man, Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Start putting together that team. You're
get
probably
your
getting
hands
her,
on
right?
a Sentry then, huh?
You got me that Sentry when the last one came out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. All right. I like that one, but I think that was one of my almost had it's.
Yes. Yep. You go back 2 years ago now. It's an almost had it.
Almost. But he came with the trigger finger, so that was what I always wanted out of the Sentry. What were you saying?
Just that was from the 2 years ago. Because you almost put it in the bare bones because you said that those trigger hands were pointless. I agree. Why give him like expressive hands or even choppy hands?
You're not worth me using my godlike sun powers on. I'm just gonna borrow something from the Punisher.
Pistol whip you.
Don't do that again.
All right. So, like I said, not getting my Dark Avengers Ms. Marvel, but there's going to be a 4-pack with an Iron Patriot, a Doctor Doom, a Taskmaster, and a Loki.
Okay.
I don't know how Taskmaster fits into there. Maybe
I was thinking the Dark Cabal or whatever for the first few. Right? What'd you say? Doom, Patriot,
and Loki.
Okay, yeah, because they were all, remember wasn't it the Cabal or something during the Dark Reign? They were like in cahoots.
Yeah.
Was Taskmaster? I thought he might have been like a henchman that he was using or something.
I mean, he was maybe. I don't know, because like if you were going to round out the Cabal, you would use like Namor, Emma Frost, or the Hood. Yeah. And the Hood could desperately use an update.
It's true.
I don't know what they were thinking with that first hood. That doesn't look anything like the hood ever, I don't think.
Well, the hood is going to be the new, you hear about this? The new Ghost Rider. That's a whole nother thing, though.
But. Oh, really? Interesting. Okay, well.
Sidebar. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd have to brush up on that.
Okay.
But I doubt it would be the Lady Loki from that then. They'd probably do a classic comic look. Well, I mean, I don't know, though.
It makes more sense to be Lady Loki, but now that they're throwing in Taskmaster for some reason I don't understand, I hope it's not Lady Loki, because I would rather have the classic version.
Right. So, because we haven't seen a cool, well, I guess like the retro one, but I always liked the look of, what was that other one? Wasn't there one from a pack?
Pretty sure it was A-Force.
No, a comic Loki, though.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, he looked kind of crazy with the big horns and like.
Yeah, I mean, there was the Toy Biz one that I liked. The Onslaught.
It was after that.
Probably. I can't remember. Leave us a comment.
Either way, I'd like to see a cool new, like, modern comic Loki, not necessarily the like bright yellows and greens is what I would think. But it might be Lady Loki, which you just got that as a retro. So
I agree. That's the second one.
Yeah,
what?
That's
4-pack.
An interesting pack, though.
I am not excited to see $100+ sticker on it.
Yeah,
but
that's gonna be $120 probably.
Do I need to buy that? Because I don't know. Those all are pretty cool figures. Like if it's like a classic looking Loki-ish, not Lady Loki, because I've never read anything where it's Lady Loki.
Mm-hmm.
I want Iron Patriot. Pretty sure that was on my list. I don't have a Doctor Doom, so I could use one of him. I think Taskmaster's pretty cool. I've been tempted to keep the others that I've gotten before, but they weren't great, so I passed on them. So hopefully it's an updated articulation. And I don't have a Loki, so really this pack makes a lot of sense. I just don't want to drop $100 on it. Maybe I'll wait for a sale. They're going to put out an Iron Patriot single
or the single release.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see them at least. I mean, part of me would be based on how they look, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it going to be bare bones like the 5-packs where you just get a figure with like one hand extra or something? Mm-hmm. You get like a Norman Osborn head. You get Doom with effects. You get Taskmaster with a bunch of weapons.
Right.
That would be like, okay, this might be worth it.
Yeah. We talked about the Destiny Mystique 2-pack, and then there's going to be 2 other standard comic book waves. Don't know what they are, what the build figure is, or anything like that. But that's kind of rounds it out, except I saved the best for last, Jordan. Are you sitting down? Because we've got rumors from the man himself, Rectangular.
Don't you dare, dude. I can't imagine what you're going to say, but I think I'm hoping. Okay. Let me hear it.
Superior Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Your favorite version. The one that desperately needs an update. It's not your Frankencastle. Right. Sorry if I got your hopes up for that, but
that was my first thought. But
more realistically,
yeah,
Superior Spider-Man.
Okay. Are there any details or just Superior Spidey?
Superior Spider.
Okay, I would love that. He definitely desperately needs an update because that old one.
Hopefully, we get some arms coming off his back.
Oh, I'd love that.
Will it happen? Then that means he's going to cost probably over $30. Jordan will pay any amount of money for this figure. Make it $80 and he's in. Wow. I wonder if Mafex would ever do a Superior Spider-Man. Because that'd probably be pretty cool.
A good job. Okay, wow. That is, if all true, that's a pretty good lineup, I think.
Yeah. And then we've still got the other displaying model behavior ones too that are like Kazar, Harold Thor, the Iron Man, which I think actually Rectangular also confirmed this, Heroes Return Iron Man. He was thinking it was going to go in the retro card wave. I hope not, because I don't remember that ever being in the cartoon. Account Nefaria. Rectangular also confirmed the 3-pack for the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. So you're going to get Nick, Dum Dum, and Sharon Carter. I'm hoping that just comes with a slew of accessories. That'd be awesome. And then Icarus, which wasn't on Rectangular's list. So maybe it's coming. I would assume so.
Like a comic version, probably?
Yes, I think so.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's a fun costume. Okay.
So, out of all those, Jordan, I think I can imagine you're most excited for Superior Spider-Man.
That's definitely high on the list.
Anything else jump out at you that you're jonesing for?
I'm intrigued by the concept of a new Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love having to get a 4-pack to get it.
Yeah.
But I would like to see how that Doom looks. Because, I've said before, I don't have my, even for Legends, my, Doom, Yeah. So I think he could use an update. I'm curious about Strange Tales. I've been thinking about that. Because I'm pretty sure, they would use it for, horror stuff, and then they kind of pivoted into, introducing characters. I think Doctor Strange might have first appeared.
I think so.
In Strange Tales, and, Nick Fury, and then some other characters, like Warlock and stuff. So I don't know if they would use that as, a spotlight on certain characters, or if... I think it'd be cool, though, if part of it was, just your generic vampire or zombie, or just to kind of give you some, you'd put in some main characters, but some almost pseudo army builder types, here's just the Marvel zombie or whatever that might be.
Yeah.
So that intrigues me. I'm curious to hear what that would be and see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Mystique Destiny sounds like a cool 2-pack.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
And the nerds have been clamoring for a Destiny. And I don't think... the Walgreens Mystique, I think, is the best. I didn't think that the VHS one was super great. So, hopefully this one... I would assume this is going to be more of a modern look for both of these characters.
Mm-hmm. I'm curious about the Deadpool movie wave, partially because...
That could be anybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is they could use it to finally give people who are wanting, the Fox X-Men... characters, so maybe you would get, who you're going to see Wolverine variants. Would you see Cyclops from that movie? Whatever that might be, or any of those older pre-MCU movies could get a figure.
We're going to get. I don't know if they'd get the likeness, but we get a Taylor Swift Dazzler as a figure.
Oh,
I'd be buying extras of that to sell the Swifties.
Right. What do you think? What are you jonesing for?
I'm definitely going to go for the Warbird. I want the Iron Patriot, but do I need a 4-pack? Probably.
We could go splitsies. I'll take the Doom. You get Iron Patriot. See who wants Loki.
We'll see how it looks. That could be a strong possibility. I'm always down for substantial figures. So if Hulkbuster looks cool, I don't have Man-Thing. Scar.
Oh yeah, Man-Thing. Duh. Yes, so Man-Thing, Superior Spidey, and probably Strange Tales are the ones that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. I would probably say I'll probably leave Iron Patriot out just because it's a 4-pack. So he's getting set on the side for now. We'll see how it looks when it comes out. Scar, Warbird. I don't know. The more we talk about the 2-pack, if Carnage looks all armored up and I could kind of make him look a little Mythical Legions-y, I'm kind of getting more excited about him too.
Yeah, so. or a Venom, if it's, like you said, more first appearance looking or whatever that might be. I don't know.
I was saying we have so many Venoms, and I honestly think all of those Venoms are excellent. I don't think Hasbro's really missed, at least on their newer Venoms. So let us know down in the comments, what of these are you most excited for? Like, share, subscribe. We were talking about as we were going through, go back and watch some of these speculation videos on some retro carded waves that we think are coming soon. Stay strong.